Hello YouTube family, it's Mark again from Osiris Transitioning. Today I'm out here at beautiful White Beach at the South Palm Resort. It's about 6:15 in the morning, enjoying the view, looking at the wonderful skyline, waiting on the sun to come up. Today I'd like to talk to you about planning all the way to the end. There's a guy, his name is Robert Greene. He wrote a book called The 48 Laws of Power. Law number 29 states, and I'm paraphrasing, to plan all the way to the end. Then once you reach the end, stop. And I had never understood that to the degree that I visually seen it just a couple days ago here in Pang Lao. I met a guy. He was 58 years old. He had a girlfriend. It was his wife. It was half his age. She was one of the most beautiful Filipinas I had seen ever. I have been coming here. This is my 9th visit to the Philippines since 2017. And she is in the top 5 most beautiful Filipinas I had ever seen in my life. And this guy was, he was, older, and, his weight wasn't all that grand, and he had a beautiful son. And, as the evening went on at the snack bar, he put his kids in the car and sent her away in her own vehicle. And, we began to talk and have a few drinks. And come to find out that he's part owner of a sports bar here in Pang Lao. And he also has another resto bar resort area. The resto bar is magnificent with a pool next to it and everything. And initially, I was a little intrigued and a little, I wouldn't use the word jealous or envious, but I was definitely wanting to walk a couple steps in this guy's shoes. I was thinking, oh man, this is great. This guy must have the most magnificent life and things like that. But as the evening progressed, I began to learn more about this guy, and he didn't seem happy, even though he had everything. He had the girl, he had the house, he had the restaurant bar, he had the, it was a literal resort. It was magnificent. It had a nice wraparound bar with the pool next to it. And, I began to think about, what do I want out of the Philippines? And will I be satisfied when I get there? And I think that it's imperative that us, as we come to the Philippines, that we know exactly what we want, that we have a plan. My original plan, which I see today really was not a plan, was to move to Cebu City in March of 2020. And thank God the pandemic came and changed my plan, because my plan was not really well thought out. And I know today that if I would have moved here in 2020, there would have been at least 2 instances where I'd have had to go home for prolonged periods of time, because my daughters were still relatively young. At the time, they were 18 and 22, and they really needed that guidance from me. So it wouldn't have been good for me. But this time around, my plan is a little bit more intact, and I know what I'm trying to get out of the Philippines. And I understand that once I realize my goal, to stop and enjoy the achievements that I've made. And this guy, like I was saying, has the most beautiful woman, and just all the wealth and resources that you can imagine. But he's not stopping. He's not stopping there. He's still pressing forward to get more women and to accomplish more things. So here it is. After that, after he sends his girl home, he starts hitting on the girls at the bar that he's at every day with his girl. And I was like, man, and then, so now it's about 1 a.m. We're at his other spot. We're drinking. He's making bacon cheeseburgers and all these exotic sandwiches and shit at this resto bar / resort that he owns. And his wife calls, and it's about 1 in the morning. It's about 12:31 in the morning. Now, in some places in the Philippines, that's not really that late. But here in the Pang Lao Bohol area, where all the markets close at 7:30, and by 9:30 the sidewalks have literally rolled up, this was extremely late. In fact, it was so late that when me and my girl finally did get home, the people were so worried about us because it was after 1 o'clock. They thought something might have happened to us. We might hurt ourselves, kidnapped us. They didn't go to sleep. It was like I was 17 and I was at my mother's house. But it was great to know that they had such care. But it was also strange to think that they would be up worried about us like that. So initially, when I seen him hitting on all these girls, right? Because I was still kind of fascinated by this guy and the things that he, has been able to accomplish. My first thought was, man, it was about 11 o'clock, 11:30. My first thought was, man, I'm gonna take my girl back to the crib, then I'm gonna dip back out and hang out with this dude and do what this dude does, But it was really late, and then his place was complicated to get to, and a little bit further than I thought it would be. So I decided not to do that and keep my girl there with me. And I'm glad I did, because she got a chance to realize something about us and me, and I got a chance to see just how unhappy this guy was, and so he had to take these pictures. So what I'm saying is, his girl calls, and he had to take these pictures. Excuse me for a second. Look at this sunrise coming up off here. It's just beautiful here, man. It's just about sunrise. Actually, the sun has risen, and it's just beautiful, man. This view is just remarkable, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you guys could be here with me, and so but I'm glad I'm able to show you, some of the wonders and beautiful places in the Philippines. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I've only been doing this for a few weeks, and I have 145 subscribers, man. I thank each and every one of you guys for your support, man. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe, ring the bell, so that when I drop a new video, you guys will be the first to see it. And anyway, like I was saying, his wife calls, and she's a little upset, but he's telling him, oh baby, I'm at the resto bar, woo woo, got some guys here, I'm cooking. I don't think she immediately believed it, so he took some photos, and she was like, well, it's late, the best thing is at least you're safe, but he had these girls lined up to come, and they were gonna have a late night pool party and this and this and that. And I don't know if that was actually realized. And so we, I had to talk to him a little bit. I was like, man, weren't you worried about your girl? He was like, yeah, man, but she's 24, man, I'm 58. And, I can't believe that she's out here worried about what a 58-year-old is doing. And I'm thinking in my head the whole time, man, yeah, man, because you're her husband, man. You got this little baby, And so, in all of this, the guy looked really desperate for more fun, for more women. And I just didn't want that. So I didn't wait around to see if the women came. Plus, you know what I mean? Plus I had my girl with me. It was getting kind of late. And, she appreciated the fact when all the information came out that I didn't take her home, and that I left her and that I stayed with her. And I appreciated that fact also. And it really made me thinking about, when I achieve what my desires is now, to be in the Philippines, how will I respond? And my prayer is that I respond appropriately and realize that I've accomplished a dream in the most wonderful place and be satisfied within that. I'm leaving America to get out of the rat race, and I don't want to step out of one rat race into another rat race of a different nature. I want to come and have a nice, tranquil life, man, real simplistic. My goal is to build a small kubu house and raise my own animals. I currently have some sheep and a few ducks and some chickens here in Leyte. And I just want that mellow life for the girl who cares about me and willing to do things for me within her permissible range of things that she can do. And just live a real mellow life. I feel that I've experienced slightly like the fountain of youth, like I've discovered the elixir of life, in the sense that the Philippines has rejuvenated me, rejuvenated my mind, has cleared all the stress. I have a lot of reasons why I want to leave the United States, but at this moment, I can't think of any of them, because the Philippines has literally washed my mind free of all anxieties and insecurities and things like that, and anxieties and stress that I would have in the United States, and just dealing in the United States in this current time. So I hope you guys got something from this video. I seem to be rambling on a little bit, but before I go, I'm gonna take a few minutes out to show you the magnificence of this area. Like I said again, I really appreciate you guys for tuning into my channel, hearing what I got to say. Peace. So look at this, guys. Here we are at the bar. It's not open yet because it's not quite 7 a.m., but they open 7 a.m. From 7 a.m., 7 p.m. is happy hour. So there's a swimming pool. It's almost like the infinity pool look when you're in it. Look at this view. This has really become one of my favorite areas in Panglao, in the Philippines as a whole, actually. But just soak it in, fellas, ladies. This is what you can expect when you come to the Philippines. Just magnificent. And again, I want to thank my 145 subscribers, man. You guys are inspiration to me right now.